Good morning. This is Dr. Lauren Denny Wright coming to you from the beautiful campus of Berry College, and it is beautiful here today. Spring has finally sprung, and birds are chirping, and trees are blooming, and it is absolutely beautiful. And I'm sure I can expect the baby deer, the fawns, to be born any day now. We have a very large population of deer on our campus, and I was told that the springtime is when the baby fawns are born, so I'm actually looking forward to that. I've already seen a bunch of birds and everything, so I know that's next in line. But I wanted to share with you my experience that I had at the CBDNA National conference or convention that was held in North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina, about 2 weeks ago. And there were approximately 13 concerts that I was able to attend over a 4-day period. So that was quite a number of concerts. It actually got a little exhausting on the ears, if you can imagine that. It's just a lot of music to hear. But I loved absolutely every minute of it. It was amazing. So this conference is for college band directors, and we meet every 2 years for a national conference, with every year in between with regional conferences. So this is a time for us to attend conferences related to our profession, and we're able to go to presentations that people present. I actually went to a presentation that 2 women conductors are doing research on conducting injuries. And so that was really interesting, in addition to some orchestral transcription research sessions. So those sort of things happen amongst the concerts. So there is quite a variety of things for the conference attendees to do. The concerts are always the highlight, in addition to meeting new colleagues and catching up with old through fabulous meals and conversation. So some of the colleges that performed on concerts. I'm not going to list all of them, but I just wanted to give you an idea, are the University of Kentucky, Baylor, University of South Carolina, the St. Olaf Band, University of Maryland Wind Orchestra, and the Cincinnati Conservatory of Music, and that's just a very small sampling. Some of the composers that were represented there were Joel Puckett, John Mackey, Steve Bryant, and Scott McAllister was also there, so I got to discuss pieces of music that I might have been working on of theirs, which was always really cool. Steve Daniel wasn't there, so I did miss getting to see him. But it's always great to get to see the composers and hear their new pieces being premiered. That's always an exciting time. I think the highlight, though, of the concerts for me was getting to hear a piece by composer Alec Wilder, and they were called Interludes. And they were these little short pieces of music that members of the ensemble that was performing, I can't remember which ensemble it was, but they actually came away from the stage and kind of set up. I don't know, it was a little chamber group, maybe 6 or 7 people. There was no conductor, and they played these absolutely delightful little interludes, and they didn't play them back to back to back. The way the head conductor of the ensemble set it up is there would be what we consider, quote, a major work or something, and then a little interlude. And the interludes were absolutely delightful. They were very light in nature, very toe tapping or reminiscent of maybe the 50s. One was about children, and they were absolutely delightful. And I never heard the pieces before, so that was really, really great. And I think the other piece that I absolutely loved to hear was a piece by Messiaen. And we all have heard Messiaen, but not many of us have heard Messiaen live. Maybe we've heard them on recordings, but I tell you what, I was so excited to finally get to hear a piece by Messiaen live that I don't think my ears were quite expecting that experience. I don't know how else to put it, but the piece I heard was called I'm sorry, I don't do Latin very well, so forgive me. Et expecto resurrectionem mortuorum. And it was composed in 1964. It was about a 35 to 40 minute work, and it was performed by the University of South Carolina, and it was the entire second half of the concert. And some of the music got so incredibly loud that the musicians actually stopped and put earplugs in their ear. And many members of the audience were actually holding their ears at times when there were these huge gongs. They had three normal gongs and about 8 pitched gongs on the stage, and you can imagine the sound that those huge gongs were producing when they were at their fortissimo volume. It was unreal. I'd never heard anything like that before. So that was a real treat for my ears to get to experience that music live. But I did just want to share my experience with CBDNA. Like I said, that only happens every 2 years at the national conference, and it's a great time to hear brand new music or music like the Alec Wilder that wasn't necessarily composed yesterday performed. And there was a whole lot of music I'd never heard before, but it did seem like the new music that was being premiered, I'm going to generalize here, but a lot of the new music was very jazz influenced and had some swing elements and involved drum set. I don't know if that's a trend that's happening, but that seemed to be a lot of the type of music of the newer, if you can consider it the newer or the contemporary music that I was hearing. So that was something that I caught on to. But anyways, that's about it. Wanted to share that with you because I know not everybody gets to attend that, and I was very fortunate to get to go. And I guess that's it for today. So until next time, I hope everybody has a great week and is enjoying the hopefully beautiful spring weather. So until then, bye.